magazine, an online community where real beauty transcends barriers. Our Women on the Move segments focus on monthly profiles of inspirational women, their capabilities, achievements, and journeys as they navigate through the course of sight loss and blindness. I'm your host, Nesreen. For our November 2020 segment, our featured guest, one of the very few women out there who is a totally blind financial advisor with Morgan Stanley Wealth and does not let sight get in her way of achieving her vision. She is a board member, a parent, a medal winner, and so much more. Let's meet the tenacious Gena Harper. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here with you.
Great to have you this afternoon. A question you often ask of others, Gina, is one I'm going to ask of you this afternoon. What is your vision for living a life full of meaning?
I thought that was so amusing when you mentioned that question. I've really been pondering on that. And I would say that my vision of leading a meaningful life is being inspiring, being courageous, being an educator, and in my work and in my personal life, educating people on blindness to make my life better as well as making others better. To educate as a financial consultant my clients on their financial matters, and that's why I asked this question. And also to constantly strive to be better and to have a lot of fun.
Financial and fun.
That's exactly a good combo.
You're also passionate about empowering others. Share some of the ways in which you accomplish this.
My best approach to empower others is to be a role model, to put myself out in the community. I do lots of volunteer work and donate money and try to put myself out in a way that I am seen and think people can Google me and get information, and where I share, how I live my life and how I've accomplished the things I've accomplished, and really on a one-on-one basis with individuals as I encounter things in my life, just hoping that other people can see sort of how I do it, or, how I handle things which don't always go right. And also to learn, like by me just having conversations with them and educating them. So not everybody has to struggle, go through the same struggles that we each go through. I think learning from others and so putting myself out there too, so others can learn from me, is probably the best way I can empower others.
Your mission vision on breaking the barriers with employers, on hiring more diverse talent, mainly folks with disabilities. What are some of the challenges that you are still experiencing in those conversations?
Well, I don't think the dials moved much on that topic, which makes me really sad. And what I do is I actively seek out people that I know through networking and ask to speak, as a presenter at events at individual companies. I do all kinds of public speaking on to employers on hiring disabled people. And my point in that is, I think the thing that really is the barrier that you're asking about is individuals' misperceptions of blind people's capabilities. And so sadly, it's a one person at a time learning. But the other issue is organizations that really have that as their mandate. It might be a pillar of their corporation's mission statement, but in reality, it really ends up being in the hands of the person that you interview with, and whatever their experience or lack thereof experiences with individuals with any kind of disability, and their mindset is the barrier.
Well said, Gina. You do a lot of great work within the community and consider yourself an influencer, and you've had an incredible journey so far. Any advice for young blind women who are just starting their careers?
Well, when I was really young, I dealt with just serious self-esteem issues that I think like all young people deal with. And then if you add blindness or some other disability on top of that, I think it makes it worse. And so one thing that I would advise people is to, whatever it takes, to find self-confidence, and also to not give your authority away, which means to me, if somebody tells you you can't do something or you're not capable or a blind person can't do that, to not listen to them. I used to listen to people that I thought, they were teachers I had or other adults in my life, that what I found myself in was the predicament of very self-confident and trusting pretty much the trusted people in my life. which would be teachers, types of advisors, or just adults in my life. And I just didn't have it within me to think, oh, they're wrong. They don't know. Like, I believed them. And finally, I went to a school for the blind where I met a lot of blind people that were, well, they run the gamut. And the ones I were attracted to were sort of the overachievers. And they really inspired me, and they set good role models for me. And they told me, you know, I can do this. And that really changed the game for me. So I would say definitely don't listen to people that tell you you can't do things. Find other role models with your disability or whatever your issue is, because everybody has issues, that are inspiring to you, that would be a good mentor, and reach out to them. And you definitely have to be brave and bold. Okay, so our bold blind beauty, we would add brave. You have to be brave because you have to put yourself out there and be vulnerable, and will be willing to take no for an answer. And when somebody tells you no, you just ignore it and you say, okay, thank you. And then you go on to the next person until you get a yes. I mean, that's really my advice.
Persistence, keep pushing. And I love that. Bold, blind,
And brave.
beauty, and brave.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you find the balance between your professional and your personal life? You're out in the community a lot. You're working, your mother, your parent, you love sports, you won medals, you've been across the world. That must be hard to juggle all of that and keep sane.
Trying to balance things, I would say, is the number one challenge I have in my life. Part of it is that I am one of the most curious people you'll find in the world, and I am a lifelong learner. So I want to sign up for everything. I want to know how to do everything. Fun is really one of my passions in life. So I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. I should sign up for that. I don't give a lot of thought about how many hours in a day and that I need sleep and a few other minor details like that. So I really have worked on using mindfulness, doing meditation, and I have worked on slowing down, which is really an oxymoron for me, and that I try to make sure there is time for rest and for meditation, and I try to be really efficient, and I do leverage people and use, try to deal with people in my life that I know, I try to work on what I do best and let others do other things. So good delegator, so delegating, using leverage, and I take on too much. So I wouldn't say I really have a balanced life. I have too much to do in life, but I enjoy it. The thing about it is it's fun and exciting. And I know that there's a price to pay for having a not balanced life. And I'm not really willing to pay that price. I do want to balance my life more, but I've just driven because I'm kind of an Energizer bunny, and I just want to accomplish a lot, and I enjoy doing that.
I can hear the passion and, your drive and need to thrive coming out. I thought that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. How can we reach you, Gina?
The best way to reach me is by my personal or business email. So my personal email is Gena with an E. So it's Gena at GenaHarper.com, or Gena, spelled Gena, .d for Diane, .harper at ms.com. So MS like Morgan Stanley. So those are the best ways to reach me. And I am on Instagram, so feel free to follow me, and Twitter. So those are the best ways.
Thanks, Gina, for sharing your incredible and insightful journey with us. You'll be able to find Gina's story in Beyond Sight magazine under Woman on the Move for November 2020 at boldblindbeauty.com. Thanks for listening.